This shit feel like. This shit feel like.
I'm gonna knock that
over.
Madonna.
Ooh. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back. Welcome back to a very special, brand new episode of the No Free Game podcast. I am your humble, gracious host, King Solomon. And very closely to my left, the man who actually brought down Trump. This is actually the man that told.
Take it back.
On press. This also happens to be the head of security of John F. Kennedy's. And he also happens to be Bush Sr.'s first babysitter. The Big Juice Show. Let's get some little claps going here.
Thank you, Kid. Thank you, Kid. Yo, you did good.
That was really tall.
I did free my unks. This is crazy.
Today we have a very, very, very special guest. To my super left, we have a professional skateboarder.
Okay. What else? Which one? I'll hit the button. Which one?
We got a professional actor.
This one?
Yep. And we got the motherfucking head of the greatest goddamn skateboard brand in the goddamn country. We got Big Mike in the building. Let's get some claps.
Let's go, brother.
Mike.
Don't forget comedian. You can't forget comedian.
Oh, and comedian.
I've been doing stand-up a year now.
Oh, shit. We're going to dive into a lot today.
Let's talk about.
So, again, if you are coming back and joining us and you watch us on YouTube, thank you as usual. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell. Tell us how you like the show. So if you hate the show, tell us whatever you want. If you're listening to us, wherever you listen to your podcast, again, make sure you leave 5 stars. Tell everybody how much you love and or hate us. We appreciate it either way. Gentlemen, we're gonna have a great episode. So Mike, you are new to us here. So we start every episode the same way. We just have a quick mental health check-in, see how you're doing, see how your vibe is. And
I like that.
Since you are our guest, how you doing, Mike? How you feeling? Thank you for joining us today. It's definitely a pleasure. Where's your mind and energy at?
Feeling good today. Can't complain. It was 75 degrees.
It was fucking 75 degrees.
And it's been a long winter. And it's the kind of winter where you didn't know when it was going to get cold. You know, so it kind of got cold at the end. You know, it was a little anxiety.
Got brick at the end.
I had a little anxiety, like when is the snow going to come? Blah blah blah. But
no snow.
We're in good spirits. Yeah. Very little snow, at least.
Beautiful. I love it.
That's good.
Big Jill, how are you feeling? Where's your energy at?
Shit, it's all over the place, brother.
I mean, that's normal.
I'm not even Big Jew today. This is my doppelganger.
What did your doppelganger have a name?
Let's just call him Byron. I don't think I really knew any Byrons.
I don't know how we're going to take Byron today. But Byron, thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. So Mike, man, just to get things started.
Wait, how are you feeling? I want to know.
Oh, thank you. You know what? I appreciate what everybody.
Julius is so selfish.
Look at some class. Yeah.
I thought he was just going with you too.
For this guy for a long time now.
He's the host.
He never asked you how you're doing?
No.
How long you guys been doing this? 7 years?
Damn near, I feel like it. Yeah, partner.
I'm still waiting.
My fucking vibe.
Oh, man. I take that back.
I'm always waiting.
Oh, God.
Look what he did. He ruffled feathers.
I'm doing very good, man. As you said, Mike, today was the nicest day that we've had in I don't know how long. So
it was awesome.
I was just outside. Like when you've been in the cold for so long and just get a nice, normal, sunny day. See, people on the West Coast don't understand that. Although they're getting weird natural disasters now, so I don't even know anymore. But for us that live in Jersey, we've been in Jersey for a while, New York, anywhere in the East Coast, you know the winters are brutal.
Terrible.
And then out of nowhere, it hits 80. You just wake up the next morning and now it's 80 degrees.
Yep.
So it was one of those days.
Weird. It builds character, that's for sure.
It fucking builds something, all right.
Maybe fucking sociopath.
To get things started, Mike, so we kind of briefly touched on it in the beginning. But yes, you are would you say former or current pro skater?
You could say current, because
Okay.
I'm definitely going to be making money the next 10, 20 years.
We love any guest that makes money. So
like
let's get some
through my
class going
brand,
to make some money. Let's get some class going for making money. We appreciate that. So let's dive into it because I personally don't know anybody as a pro skater. I'm pretty sure most of our fans don't know anybody as a pro skater. So if you could, just like high level, like what is a day in the life of somebody who is a pro skater?
Well, I skate when I can now because, as we mentioned, the acting thing is my main source of income. So, you know, the days are long. Being on set, it could be 16-hour days. Yesterday was a 16-hour day. But today I got to skate, and it's surreal, I gotta say, because I was at the skate park just before. And there's a kid. He had to be in 5th grade. or maybe 7th grade. I'm sorry, 7th grade. Definitely like just right around the puberty age. And he was just like, "Hey, aren't you in the new Joker film?" And I'm like, "What the fuck
That's
is going
crazy.
on?"
How did he know?
From Instagram, just posting some pics that some paparazzi.
We're gonna get there. We're gonna hold that thought. We're gonna touch on that.
But I'm just saying, I'm just trying to say
right?
that like it's a weird life that I'm living right now. It's like
Is it fun? Are you having fun?
Fucking unbelievable, dude. I don't know. Nobody chose to be here, right?
Yeah,
we just fucking, you just wake up and you are who you are.
It's funny. I've spoken with a lot of people who their careers are quote unquote dreams, right? Most people, whether it's acting, being a pro skater, that's not like a modern day job. Like it's to a lot of people a dream, right?
Dream job.
And so I always find it interesting speaking to people who, whether they're pro musicians, in your place actors, whoever's actually kind of reached that like high level
pinnacle?
At those type of jobs, a pinnacle, or those type of careers. I always find it interesting that like you mentioned surreal, and that's a word or a phrase I hear a lot. Because it's got to be a wild feeling to know that, like, you're making money off shit that people dream of. You know what I'm saying? Like, people, hey, I'm working at a 9 to 5. I was at a desk before I came here, right? And you were, granted, I know timing and work is, it's different and it's very relative, but it's got to be nuts to be like, oh, shit, like, fucking acting for the day. Like,
I'm doing it. I'm doing it, right?
Well, I guess every day is just different. I gotta be completely honest, where I don't expect to keep doing what I do for like forever. And I never really expected to do what I do to begin with. Yeah. It was just an idea. And I kind of, the way that my mind works, like if I like something, I'll keep trying it, regardless of if it's going to pan out or not. And just on faith, I guess. So, and then putting in the work, so yeah, it is surreal. But it waxes and wanes, you know what I mean? Because, everybody got hit by the pandemic. Yeah. And there was a good 3 months there where I had to step into the blue collar arena and try my hand as a construction worker for 3 months. And then,
how was that? I remember that. Those convos and the fucking.
Yeah, that was weird. That was weird because just a quick story, like, while I was working, I was on Impractical Jokers, and then that episode came out when I was like right in the middle of my 3 months that I was going to put in. So the guys that I was working with, it was a union trenching company. And they just couldn't believe that I was on TV. Like they asked me like 3 times. Like they were like, "So let me get this straight. That was you on TV." And like, go pick up the fucking pallets. You know what I mean? Like, so it's not. I'm like humble enough to know that there's no job like beneath me. And I kind of, I've done a lot of different jobs. So whatever I'm involved in, I like to. I'm more interested in what other people are doing, I guess, that day. And by that attitude, it kind of allows me to kind of go and do what I want, if that makes sense.
Well, I have a question because we've known each other for a while. And I think we're both
like 20 years.
Outspoken. Yeah. Wow.
Like 20 years.
And we're both on this path, right? So what have you noticed with the different, just like those cocksuckers told you to go get the pallets, what have you noticed with you and your drive and your resilience to go forward? Like you said, you like something, you're gonna fucking attack it head on, opposed to the other people who just like, that's you on television. How fuck they think you got in there? You got G?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, I would say that everybody has like vices, and I say that I'm definitely not like, just because I don't drink or get high doesn't mean I can't exploit some vices. You know what I mean? So, everybody kind of goes through what they got to go through. So that's another part of why I had to step out. And we were mentioning hookers before.
Yeah, nice little Honduran grandmother, right?
I
wonder who mentioned hookers when they walked in.
I don't know, bro.
Hold on. Shout out to 7 building, by the way. Shout out to Big 7, bro.
Oh shit, bro! You and your own.
So the girl that I just started talking to is totally gonna watch this, and she's gonna.
But she's not a hooker.
She's not a no.
That's
she's a nurse.
Shout out to the girl's gonna watch this. Not a hooker. Shout out to the girl that's watching this that is not a hooker.
There goes my relationship.
Probably should have been a hooker. I'm Jehovah's Witness, by the way.
So what I'm trying to say is, like, if you have your shit in order, there's not much you need. Granted, like, I got to make like $2,000 a month just to like keep my place and fucking pay the bills. But like, if you're committed enough and if no job's beneath you, then you're going to find that, one day you might have like a what's considered a menial job in the acting circuit, and the next day, you're making a ton of money. And that's just the nature,
The grind, right?
And the one benefit that I have through having a skateboarding career for quite a few years is there's most start out actors, or at least actors that may be doing it 3-4 years like myself. They're like right out of college or they're retired. So I'm like one of the few like 33-year-old fucking dedicated, I made my money and I'm focused and mature, and like, a lot of roles are out there for somebody my age,
We're gonna dive into that realm very soon. Before we get there, we mentioned your skateboarding career, but we did earlier mention your skateboarding brand.
Right.
So if you could just give us a little bit of information on that. When did you start it? Why did you start it? And where you guys looking to go to?
Yeah, so basically I started in 2013 during the winter. So this winter will be 10 years.
Oh, hold on. Congratulations. 10 years. God damn. Congratulations. So humble. 10 years, bro?
Yeah.
Niggas can't do shit for 5 months, let alone 10 years. So.
I just learned how to read.
Yeah, so actually in Elizabeth, I helped open up a shop around 2010. It didn't last super long because the way the guy got the money, it seemed shady from the get. Like this guy somehow he owned a tattoo shop, and then he had $30K that he gave my buddy. That was Ryan Smalls. You remember Ryan Smalls? Yeah, Ryan Smalls. Yeah. So he gave. Yeah.
You can talk about this. This is what.
Yeah, I don't hold back at all.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. No, it happened.
I'm deaf, bro.
I'm in the entertainment industry.
Shit,
you got to drop names to stay relevant.
Dropping names. Oh shit! Hit the fucking button, yo. I love it. So we'll continue with the shady tea.
So yeah, I saw him actually, like, I guess it was like maybe 6 months or a year ago, and he was like playing racquetball at LA Fitness, and I don't know, I not everybody likes me, you know what I mean? Like I'm not like blind to that, but yeah, he was kind and everything. But anyway, long story short, like so I kind of put in a lot of work, kind of getting this thing off the ground, doing a little work to get the everything in order, and we did a skateboarding competition, and I hosted it, and then I was like winning shit too. It was like weird. So then I went to Ireland, and my aunt, who's their kids and her run a famous YouTube.
Oh, that's dope out there.
Yeah. So they got like 2 million subscribers.
Hold on, you want to plug it real quick?
I mean, it's called Cupcake Surprise Toys. It's nothing like not for.
We'll take it. Cupcake Surprise Toys. If you need cupcake surprises and toys, that's the YouTube channel to go to.
It's like a pedophile's dream, basically.
I don't know. It's a good plug, but we're getting somewhere.
No. Let me explain why. Let me explain because my cousins are really cute. You know what I mean?
What are we doing?
I told you no limits here. I'm trying to give you an entertaining program. So it's like one of those. Oh God! Hopefully they don't watch this, but it's like when they when people like exploit their kids and make money off them, like on a brand.
Yes,
yes, I do. It's kind of like
boo boo.
It's like, hey, act surprised about this water bottle. Oh my God! Look at this water bottle.
Okay.
So it's like, and they're filming
thing,
it.
By the way,
oh my God, it's
I don't
huge.
want to really go. We're gonna kind of get off topic here, but there's a lot of that shit going on. It's a little fucking
your family's
weird,
doing that.
Yeah. Well, the girls got a little like older, so I think they're not like as relevant. Like when you had the like dislike slider bar.
Oh yeah.
They would get like 10,000 likes and like 100,000 dislikes.
Oh my God.
I don't know what it was. People were hate watching it, I guess. You know.
Oh
what I mean?
my God, that's crazy.
So yeah, but they made money and enough money for them to go through college and shit. So. They don't really care.
Shout out to them. What the shit? I did not know that's where the story's gonna go to.
So I only brought all that up because it was their mom that told me that if I'm doing all this stuff for like somebody else's shop, then I better brand myself. But it didn't. It took me 3 years to kind of build up the confidence to kind of like create the logo and launch. So that was like 2010. So then I
dope logo too. Yeah.
So that was a Snapchat screenshot that I did. I was in like some film class in Union County College, and the professor was just like boring, and I was just doodling. And yeah, I was like, that's perfect. And I screenshot it, got it tatted a couple of years ago.
So
Yeah.
you want to show it? You want to show it to America?
Sure.
Fucking there's branded. Let's go.
How close do I got to get to the camera?
We might do like a whatever you want, brother. I mean, hey, it's your world, King. Yeah. This is headphones. Yep. I just want you to steal shit by accident. Yeah, if you're listening to us, hopefully you're watching YouTube and you can see the tattoo on there. But I mean, if you're not, we're gonna plug the page out anyway, so they can definitely check it out.
A lot has happened.
I feel so much more confident with the headphones on, I gotta say. It's like once you can hear yourself, you're like, oh, I was saying that before. It sounds so much cooler with the headphones on, I'm used to this.
Take everything seriously, right?
Yeah, I have a podcast too, but I haven't done it in like a while because after a while you're just like, I'm gonna get in trouble for some of this shit I say.
Yeah, well. Kind of too deep in the game now, but
no. More with women because they'll kind of keep tabs on you and
It's a hate watch.
I guess it's hate watch or just like let me see what he's talking about. I guess like the volume just got like to be a little too like
got a little too hot.
Yeah. So then I'm just like, let me just like pull. Because what else do you talk about when you have us? Like the reason I did my podcast, and I know I'm all over the place.
No, let's go.
No.
Was because during the pandemic, I wanted to get in touch with all my old friends and kind of throw them on a podcast.
Sick.
And I think Paul was even on it
Dope,
once too.
Dope.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sev. Shout out to Sev.
The pod name.
Well, it was called the Death and Destruction Podcast with all the shit that was going on in like 2020 because I thought that was cool as fuck.
Oh, the pandemic.
Everything's fuck death and destruction. And then at some point I took a curve and called it the Life and Restoration Podcast because I just wanted it to be a little more positive. I felt like we had enough death and destruction, and I was like, let's. But I don't think it's like that cool of a name.
Fuck that. Shout out to positivity. We get some fucking lots of goddamn positivity.
It's kind of like, it's born again Christian vibes.
Yeah.
Positive. That's all that matters.
There's nothing, I'm not that positive on it. I just kind of.
You trick a bunch of positive people to look at it.
Yeah. Exactly.
I don't know.
So, sorry, you were mentioning the brand. So you finally got it started. Was it 2013? 2013. All right. Okay. So you did the logo. You put it out. And so I guess where are you hoping to take it? What? Because we're 10 years later. Where has it gone, and where are you kind of looking to take it?
Well, it's gonna just for my mentality, I think it's more important to hear like the way that I'm thinking versus like where I see it going. Of course I'd like to not compare it, but like, you learn by people who have done what you want to do. Absolutely. Or like take it to where you want to get to.
Absolutely.
So, Supreme, when they first started, the first 10 years, they were giving stuff away. You know what I mean? It was just
really?
Like, yeah, because they started in the early 90s, and it was up until 2007 I went to Supreme, and it was just a skate shop. You know what I mean? Like 2007, and that's like 15, 17, whatever years in the game. So my point is that like they didn't really start popping off until like 2013. So like I'm playing the marathon game.
Absolutely.
Where
long run, baby.
Yeah. So, like the truth of it is like professional skateboarding is great and it's cool, but like I've studied, the careers and lives because since I was like 14, it's all I cared about of these guys, and just heartbreaking story after heartbreaking story. Guys who were just incredibly talented who now work at like a gas station, and there's nothing wrong with working at a gas station, but like at the end of the day, like I'm a businessman, and however I can, perpetuate that image, brand, and whatever I have going
skating
on.
That was a dead, like what is it, a dead, like I'm not really familiar, I don't know if you are with like the whole
with the scene itself, I guess.
Yeah, like what is it, like a dead end road at a certain place? Like if you're 35
of course.
in sports,
yeah
wrap this shit up.
I would say there's probably like 1 billion skateboarders on the planet right now, and
like,
1
billion?
There has to be. I mean, maybe not 1 in 7 people skate, but like I'm sure they've touched a skateboard at some point.
Yeah, I did.
On a college drunk night, I definitely rode a skateboard.
That's what I'm saying.
Ankle,
so at least 1 in 7 people have ridden a skateboard. I would go out and probably say that right there, 7 billion, 8 billion people.
Yeah.
So I only bring that up because it is one of those things like Like I know Paul loves Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne recently went pro. You know,
He's pro?
He's been skating for 10 years. Yeah, he has a pro board. So the business is the business. It's not pure athleticism.
Yeah, because I be seeing his videos, and as a pro skater,
yeah, hit that shots fired thing.
Hold on, no, shout out to Wayne. Hold on, no, shout out to Wayne, shout out to Wayne. As a pro skater, all I'm saying is I've only seen my man hit like a turn. You know, he go up
never really seen Wayne
He go up the ramp, do the turn, come back down the ramp. That's all I see. Listen.
What is it? The purple one?
LA Fitness good. Wayne LA Fitness good.
As a kid, you ain't watch like Tony Hawk and them.
That's all I did.
Right, so I'm thinking as a pro skater, like I'm thinking the spins and the flips and all that shit.
It's
my man Lil Wayne go to the top, spin around and come back down. So for you to call him a pro is nuts.
Wasn't he like fucking 30, 32? He was like he about to start skating.
Yeah, he definitely saw that shit like 40.
And he was doing lean. I
shouldn't have brought this up. This is a sore subject.
I actually always
feel like Paul is just like, come on,
I wanted to always ask like a real.
No, we still fuck with Weezy. But
I love Lil Wayne.
I love rapper Wayne.
Weezy, Pat Bev.
But I always just wanted to ask like a real pro skater, like,
yeah,
and because I asked about this to
that's
anybody.
Debatable. Real
like,
pro.
Well,
I'm fucking with you.
I'm going to make a strong assumption you could do better than what Wayne does.
Yeah, well,
so how do y'all feel about like celebrities or like people who are not really like actual, put the work in for that type of shit?
I'll tell you why.
Who's the best fucking skater right now?
That
mulatto dude, right?
Well, I know, Najee Houston's been, but here's the thing though, I'm gonna be right up front is that it's not a sport. It's just not. It's half sport, and then it's half aesthetics. It's half.
This is fucking
all these gems. White cake, blood diamond.
Well, why?
Because it's like music. It's just like music. Like I could equate it to guitar playing. So that's kind of like what I know, but like the best guitar, like Neil Young was not that good at guitar, but he made you feel his music. You know what I mean? So it's, talk to Rick Rubin, he's so like,
Actually, Rick Rubin's a great example because he can't play an instrument.
Right. That's my point.
He's very upfront that he can't play a lick of music.
That's what I'm saying. But he's like a vibe.
He's fucking Rick Rubin.
Yeah. He's a vibe guy.
Rickster.
You know what I'm saying? Like so that's the deal with the business of it is, you have to have some skill, for sure, but it's really just, it's way more than that, So if you have the trifecta, which is like you have style and style equals looking good on a board,
making it cool,
going fast, like whatever, like advanced, relatively advanced tricks or just simple tricks and making them look really good. And then you got to have the public persona. Like there's so many people that just don't have that at all. They're antisocial. They're just like, weirdos. And then
like skaters in that realm?
Yeah. And then the third part is like, I guess it's kind of in the second part too, but if you're like an ultra hater and you're one of these guys, it's like, I don't like I'm core. Like I don't like celebrities. I don't like that Tony Hawk, I don't like the wage gap between, this pro and then Tony Hawk, because Tony Hawk has $100 million.
But it's Tony Hawk.
But that's exactly my point. It's like if you can't wrap your head around how unfair is that, eat it up, digest it, and then make your own moves. Because nowadays, just skating, it ain't enough. Maybe in the 90s or 2000s, you could be some antisocial weirdo that was like really good on a board. But it's 2023. You gotta, skateboarding is so ingrained in the culture that if you don't have a couple things going, you're gonna get ran over.
Branding.
And I've seen it. I've seen the most talented guys on the planet just not like be able to get with the times, and it's not to take away from their skill. I could think of one guy offhand, but it has to do also with like personal issues. But there's this guy Antoine Dixon. If you look up Antoine Dixon, his shit was unbelievable, and he's still really talented. But the thing is, it's like we live in a sensationalized and celebrity culture now with Instagram and social media. So if you can't keep up with that, it's just, I don't know what to tell you.
What was his issue, Antoine Dixon?
Well, he was in and out of jail like a bit, but when I say the most naturally gifted skater, but there's also guys who are extremely naturally gifted that are now working menial jobs at Harley Davidson. This one guy, Nick Trapasso, he just came out with the interview.
Dropping America.
No, I'm just saying.
Go for it.
I'm saying names that nobody's gonna fucking know.
Really?
Yeah, unless if the viewers like
You're in that
YouTube
realm
them,
and
so and
shit.
they see like, okay,
That's
wow.
dope though.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to like keep it as authentic as I can, like regarding like the future and where things are at now. So as far as like raw skill, I definitely got blessed with the height, and the way I see it, I can stay like easily relevant for the next 20 years. The hardest thing to do, I just got to keep my weight in check. I like to eat.
Hey,
Yeah.
brother, as another tall person, I feel you.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
can't see it, but it's a tall motherfucker.
What were the same
tall
height?
motherfuckers, I'm telling you. Yeah, no, that's tough.
I'm
It's
tall.
Tough. It's tough.
Y'all
you
make me feel
you're
like
a lot of tall.
y'all
Shout
my
to the
bodyguard.
skate community. Shout to the tall people. Shout to the tall skaters. Shout to the whole skate community.
Okay. Is it better being tall?
It looks better. It definitely.
Wow,
It
it's
definitely
really a
looks better.
whole thing with like. In this,
it's just aesthetics. It really is like.
Little Wayne's been lying to us. He's 4'3".
I mean, that chill. So,
I
like,
thought that's what it was about. Being smaller on the board.
I actually thought so too. But
It's not a one size fits all thing. It's not like the taller you are, the better you are, or the better looking it is. It's a really weird thing. It's like with music. Like imagine if it was like, oh, the person who plays the fastest is the best. That'd be ridiculous because the song would be over like that. So
Good
it's
point.
just like
that's a fucking good point.
it's a vibe thing.
Really fucking good point.
Damn.
So Mike, we dabbled around it. We could finally address it
Can we?
head on.
Can we?
Your acting
You're
career.
dead.
Do it.
no, I was kidding. You
What kind
mentioned
of
your acting
podcast
career.
is this?
You mentioned your acting career. You're mentioning that right now. I would say your main focus. Is that a fair assessment? Or one of your main focuses?
Yeah, it's just one of three. I got three things that I'm equally like driven to be successful in. I would say, as far as my income is concerned, for sure, acting is my main source of income.
So
And my only source of income, actually.
So I could do it for you. You could do it for yourself. If you want to give everybody a subtle flex of your work, your credits, your backgrounds, because I'm sure somebody gonna Google it afterwards.
I'm ready.
So please, the floor is yours.
All right. Well, I'll start with what I did from October through December of last year. It's not acting, but it's modeling for Louis Vuitton. That was fucking cool.
Talk that talk, King.
Yeah.
Talk that talk, King. Hold on. Let me for everyone. We're gonna get a bomb drop for every single one.
There's more to this. I wound up getting fired, actually.
And he got fired from Louis Vuitton. You're gonna get a bomb for too.
So I only bring that up because a lot of the people that I model with, they're also actors too. So I've been working with them, and that's a funny tangent story. Just it's not that long. There was a security guard, and she was a chick, and the Spanish broad, and she had braces, and she was hot. She was like 28, but she had a kid, and she was married. And so I already wanted out of the job. So basically, what the job was is there was an art exhibition on Madison Ave, and they hired like 50 models to kind of mix it up with the public. And it got real hot, like the opening day party. Future performed.
Oh shit!
And that was cool. Yeah. And I met there was a lot of C-list celebrities like Jaden Smith. He'd be considered a C-lister for sure. Not that I'm a lister or anything, but I'm just saying.
list.
Yeah. Well, and then there was Shaun White was there, which was super random.
Shit. The fuck is Shaun White doing? He like hip hop?
Tim Allen.
Shaun White.
Tim Allen came through.
He's still an A-lister in my eyes.
Yeah. It's one of the security guys made him do To Infinity and Beyond. It was like, goddamn.
Who the fuck was the security?
Anyway, long story short. So, so I was gonna hook up with this chick, but then I just wasn't like feeling her. I wasn't feeling the kid situation, the marriage situation, and I was like, let's just keep it cool. She was also hooking up with the head of security. That was he was a former NYPD cop, and
shit!
And
it's always the women dating the cops that be wild. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
So he knew that she liked me, but was hooking up with he was hooking up with her, but she definitely liked me, and then everybody was just talking about it because the weird thing I guess with acting, modeling, all this stuff is like since you're not really like working, all you're doing is like talking. and like people will just talk and talk and talk.
Because it's downtime. A lot,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, and you see celebs like how they'll rip people apart and they'll just kind of like the industry the industry perpetuates itself just like based on just I guess the downtime where it's like Hollywood says people are famous because Hollywood said so, and then and it's a weird society, man. It's not like it's not exactly like there's all these pedophile rings that people are talking about.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. That evil ass laugh. This is school for Mike evil ass laugh. That evil ass.
It's a petty drink circle behind the ABC store, I heard.
Right after Bachelor, a petty circle jerk.
So as far as the work is concerned, it's not that, but I'm saying as far as the viciousness of everybody kind of talking about other people or people trying to tear each other down, that happens all the time. It's like, oh, I'm more important than you because of this. And that shit happens all the time, And I only bring that up because
with amongst each other, like fucking dog world.
Yeah. And it's the one world where like some like really small like Twinkie looking guy who kind of looks like a chick could like try to tear me down, and I'm just like, I can't like punch this guy in the face, like
he
it's
has a pronoun.
Exactly.
Yeah, shout out to pronouns.
Yeah.
So alphabet soup, motherfuckers.
I never finished my story when I was fired.
You did. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's not that long. It's just that I had a since I turned the girl down. And that's basically how I got Me Too'd by saying, I don't want to go on a date with you. And then she complained to the guy who was the former cop, and then they called me in for sexual harassment. Or no, not sexual harassment, sexual advancement investigation. So then I wanted to sue them because it's just defamation at that point, and it's Louis Vuitton. They make like $55 billion, I think, last year.
Something silly.
Yeah, so anyway, then I just decided that going to court and like the money I'd spend on lawyers and my time is more valuable.
Yeah.
Than, that. But that has nothing. That was modeling, but it's still significant.
So
that's why, because we actually briefly spoke about that last episode too, about accusations and things like that. But
what the fuck?
Let's not make this a negative term. But one of the things I did want to mention or bring up, Joker 2.
Yeah, Joker 2.
Hold on, let's get some claps. Let's get some claps.
Let's fucking go.
I'm sure a lot of fans who have watched us, and I'm sure after the clip comes out, a lot of people who never watched us before are gonna be very fucking curious about this.
Yeah.
How was your time? How was it being on set?
It was awesome.
Is there any little spoilers that you can give without getting sued?
Any more names?
Nobody watches this. Wink, wink.
Well,
I'll put the names.
So I can at least just say like that my role was significant for the 2 days. Like I was there. I played this religious cult leader, which I thought was really cool. You guys see the first one?
Yes, fuck I love it.
Yeah. So
that's how it was sick when he told me you're in Joker 2. I love Joker 1.
Yeah, I'm not a big superhero guy, but I could definitely get with Joker. So I play this religious cult leader. And so the scene was there's a mob of 800 people, and I was like the cult leader of like 6. I had like 6 people that we were against Joker, of course. So he was going to be going to jail. And Lady Gaga was in the scene.
That's my next question.
Yeah. Oh. And I got actually a funny story of Lady Gaga. I'm going to pull this up while I'm saying it. I dated a girl that looked exactly like Lady Gaga, and I'm not.
Oh shit! Really?
I'm not exaggerating.
No stand shit. How close were you to Lady Gaga?
Hold on.
No stand shit.
Hold on. What the fuck you just call her?
Gaga. Lady Gaga.
Look at this girl. The girl in the bikini.
What the fuck is Lady Gaga?
Oh shit! That nigga sound like me. Well, that's the real me.
Okay, so the fans can't see it, but that person looks just like fucking Lady Gaga.
Gaga.
So it gets even weirder, all right? It gets even weirder.
Bro.
So she bought my mocha tattoo, tip included, which is kind of cool. That girl. Right before she dated me, she dated a guy that dated Lady Gaga that got with her because she looked like Lady Gaga after they broke up. So yeah, so it's like
Wait,
a weird.
Did you meet her in the industry or you met her?
No,
Just
She's-
regular world shit.
No, I met her. Oh my god, this is.
I want to know how you met.
Feel free if you want to. I was more curious if you just happened to meet here because that's a wild coincidence.
You remember Aaron, right? You remember Aaron? Yeah, homegirl. No, there's nothing like crazy that I'm bringing up. It's just that the first time I hung out with her, I was dating Aaron at the time, and you know who we went to high school with.
Thank you, brother. Yes.
So anyway, I only bring that up because she was like, "Oh well, I would have fucked you like right away," but I thought that Aaron was cool. It's just like girls are savage,
They are.
And that was in 2013, and then we didn't even end up dating until 2017.
Oh wow,
way later. And I guess she's just been around. I mean, she's gotten around, believe me. So just don't sweat it. Not Erin. Her name's Claire. I don't care about.
Well, we like Claire.
Shout out to Claire. Shout out to Claire.
We like
Shout out to Claire for buying a tattoo as well. Claire's did a lot of things. So shout out to
Very
Claire.
positive.
Very positive. Very positive.
Liberated.
So back to Gaga. So I was 10 feet from her, and I was doing my thing. And
What?
But the funny thing is that in my head, Lady Gaga was Claire. That's just mentally how because I didn't, she looked just like her, number one.
We saw.
And I didn't really, so Claire and I broke up because she had a really bad Adderall and Coke addiction, where I was just like, look,
Shout out
I'm
to Claire.
good. Allegedly.
There it is. Yeah, shout out to Mike. Mike gets it. Mike gets it. Allegedly, Claire does. Allegedly.
But hand on a Bible, she had a Coke and Adderall addiction. So I was still kind of salty on that because that happens a lot to me. I don't drink or get high. So a lot of
How did
times-
you deal with? Oh my God.
Hold on, one thing at a time. One thing. Go ahead.
So anyway, long story short, Lady Gaga, I look different than everybody. I posted these pictures that paparazzi took. They're on my Instagram, and everybody just looks like a derelict like protester. And I got this like badass Italian suit on, and my hair is like slicked back, and it was just like sick.
Stud muffin. I saw it.
It just so I stood out. So I was kind of like looking at her, but that game you play with females where you're like, I'm the alpha here. I'm not gonna fucking look at you.
Yep.
And you kind of look, and then you kind of gaze into the distance like a lion on the Serengeti. Like, what else is out there? And I'm fucking with Gaga. You know what I mean? And then I would, and she would fuck with me. So I would look back, and she would have the weirdest, goofiest smile. I can't even describe. If you look at the Joker 2 hashtag and you look at her smiling, you'll see the smile. I have it, but I'm not gonna waste time pulling it up. But it's just she had looked at me with this goofy smile, and she just would lock in and just like stare with a goofy smile, and then I'd be like, all right, she's fucking with me now. And this is a worldwide thing, and I don't take that like lightly. I know like I'm Joe Jerkoff, in a suit, but like it was like
it's Lady fucking Gaga. I mean, that's a big.
Yes.
Objectively, that's a big fucking deal. I mean, extremely objectively, is Lady fucking Gaga. Like
Fucking Mother Teresa, Lady Gaga.
Yeah, I mean, Lady Gaga
space is
fucking
so
up
close.
there. So, before we keep moving, I just wanted to ask, through all your acting scenes and the people that you've worked with, is there any like moment, story, anything that you have working in the acting world that really just stood out to you? That was just like either just wild or like something you just never expected. It doesn't have to be necessarily Joker. Any of the sets you've been on, just anything that like, oh shit, this is nuts.
And I got chills. You just asked that just because the perfect answer for that is every single time I work, it's just the weirdest, craziest experience just because, like it's the kind of industry where, call times for Joker, it was 3:30 a.m. And that was not by mistake. Todd Phillips is a genius and he wanted to create chaos, and he certainly did. He knew how to do it. And it was freezing cold, blah, blah, blah. But it's the kind of job where it's so weird. Like you'll show up and say, I remember this one call time I had in Trenton, and it was really early. It was like 5:30 or something like that. and you know you're in it for the long haul. You know, like it's gonna be the shortest day is 12 hours. The shortest day.
Fucking nuts.
You know, but you'll get lucky sometimes. They're like, oh, we just need one shot, and then you're done, and you get paid for, you know, a full day's work or whatever. But anyway, yeah, so that happens, but rarely. But yeah, I'll just go to work. It's 5:30 a.m. I just barely took a piss and like, you know, open my eyes, and then you'll just see like there'll be like I remember this one, it was a boxing thing, and they had like the ring girls that had like this Budweiser onesie like going all the way up her ass crack, and like I'm barely awake. I'm just trying to check in. And then like, bam, there's just an ass just like right in my face before I had breakfast. You know, I barely had a coffee in me. And I'm just like, this is like definitely not construction work or like white collar work.
This isn't like, construction.
This
people.
is and generally, you know, what happens is that like I'll get every time I work, because I'm read as like a safe person or something. Like there's a lot of, you know, creepsters or just like weirdos that are like in the acting world or like theater people, blah, blah, blah. So like with the pro skate thing, the closest I can compare myself on set to any real life person or at least character, fictional guy would be Kenny Powers. I just finished Eastbound and Down.
Man, that is so good.
Yeah. So I just
That's
finished that like last week.
Show.
I only watched it for the first time and like I was like, yeah, that's exactly me. And it's like maybe not the exact character, but like that kind of demeanor and just
the
kind
bravado.
of like,
I don't give a fuck. You're gonna come in and fuck shit up, and then leave.
So generally, like I'll have the statistics on it is majority actors are gay. You know what I mean? Like
that actually makes
majority.
Sense. No, but sorry, just not to cut you off. My little sister went to acting school in high school. I would say every guy in there was gay.
And models. What? Yeah. I know. It's like
I don't care.
Crazy.
I swear to God, we don't care.
And you spend so much time. So you gravitate towards who you gravitate towards. So generally, like I don't go out of my way for it because I don't really care that much. But like there's just hot chicks, and there's never, you know, it's a wellspring.
Dudes.
They're always like, you know, coming in. So if you're hanging out for like 16 whatever hours a day, you know, generally like you get set girlfriends, you know, and sometimes it's just not only one. Sometimes you have like just a gaggle of them and you hang out, and it's just unlike
fucking gaggle.
It's unlike any fucking other job in that respect. But I can't really think of any like crazy fucking thing. It's just, I guess, overall, it's crazy. And keep in mind too, like I was only dabbling with it like 6 to 9 months before the pandemic, and I think this year was the first year that I'm like really taking it serious. I mean, you know, I've dated actresses and like done shit like that. Nobody notable, but like, you know, people that I work with, and you know, that's cool. But I'm kind of tempering that a little bit because I'm kind of taking my career a little more serious now too. So
what's the craziest set you've been on?
First, let's give Mike some fucking claps. That's fucking amazing.
This guy's next to Lady Gaga.
Yeah, I mean,
I would have tried to fucking bag her oxygen.
She's 38 now.
I hate
you know,
bro. I hate you so much.
Who cares?
That's 88. That bother you? You probably can't have a kid. And
all right, now okay, whatever. Okay,
put me in a fucking pamper then. I'll be a kid.
All right, so we're gonna keep shit pushing.
Queen Gaga.
So again, Mike, thank you for all your stories. I appreciate it. So I you know, I wasn't sure if I was gonna bring it up today, but it's world news at this point. Mike, you're a guest here, so I mean, hey, any input you have would be amazing too. They finally got Donnie Trump. If you're watching this, he has already been indicted, been arraigned. The first ever in our American history, a president has been basically arrested for doing wild shit.
Fluke. Where's Colin Kaepernick to take a knee for this shit? Son of a bitch. I'm sorry, King.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
I can't even watch the news with this fucking shit going on.
So, my question was, I mean, it's open to the floor. How do you guys feel? Any early reactions? You know, this is not a political podcast, so we're not gonna. I don't give a fuck your political associations, but I mean, just because I think whatever side of the aisle you're on, I think this is a wild event. It's a former president that just got arrested. So yeah, any thoughts? Any feelings? Not care? Open to the floor.
Well, I'll preface it with saying that, and this is just my opinion, is that Joe Biden is the biggest bumbling fucking idiot I've ever seen in my life, and he sucks.
I mean,
and he's a moron, and he's
fair
old.
assessment.
He's
Fair
farts
assessment.
dust.
so old.
He's so
him,
old.
him and Trump is the
I
same.
do
age.
not like
They're both
Joe
double.
Biden at all.
They're both
That's the
double.
fucking crazy part.
For the record, I'm not to cut you off. I am very much against the old guys being presidents. I think there should be an age limit. Anything over 70, you can't be president. Have you seen a 70-year-old?
You gotta turn the volume up.
Hold on. Have you
I
seen a
can't fucking
70-year-old
work this shit.
Have you seen a 70-year-old just do basic, normal, everyday, day-to-day shit?
It sucks.
Like just getting up to go take a shit and go back to bed.
At 33, it's like, oh, I gotta do
It's
this.
downhill.
I've seen enough
downhill.
I've seen enough
Fuck.
70+ people where that shit looks painful. And you're running the free world. That's all I have to say about the old people shit. But go ahead, guys. Go ahead. My apologies.
I think personally, I think Donnie has become a parody of himself. I don't really lean either way. I gotta be honest. I don't really care enough. You know, it's so out of my control that like, what the fuck do I care?
I love
And also I work with a lot of people that are left. So and I'm still here. You know, so there's that. But I totally I couldn't agree with you more. You know, with the old thing. But I think, you know, with Donald, it's like, oh, he's gonna come out. You know, it's gonna be better. We're gonna make more money. Everything's gonna be great. And then, you know, cue YMCA, and then everybody's cheering, and then we go home. You know, it's like it's just old. You know, it's done.
Yeah.
You know, he's too old, and I guess DeSantis is what they're looking at as far as the right's concerned. And
he is thugging in Florida. I don't even that shit crazy. What the fuck is Florida?
Yeah,
it's a whole different country.
Yeah, yo,
it's a whole different country.
Florida might be Afghanistan,
or the Bronx. If the Bronx was a country, it'd be Florida.
Just real quick before I let you go.
Am I heartbroken about them taking my king? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you didn't know, the Big Jew Show is our resident Republican here.
Card holding.
I love that name, the Big Jew Show.
They'll cancel me before I get to fucking Walgreens. I'm sure of it.
How do you get to keep that handle, the Big Jew Show? Like that is just like
it's
hilarious.
It's J-E-W.
Oh God, you guys just dropping all the YouTube motherfuckers.
No, look. I think the whole situation's nuts. I think it's nuts. You said Donnie's a parody of himself.
Yeah.
That is, I've never heard of, like, I think he even lost his own mind. I don't even think, like, yo, honestly, because if you, honestly,
he was never a cool guy. He was even in the 70s, 80s, whatever the fuck.
He's always been a fucking weirdo.
He was just a fucking goofball.
He just had a TV show that everybody kind of liked. But not even that. My thing about the whole thing, my whole thing is, I've done a lot of crappy shit in my life, right? I would never run for president because I'm positive that crappy shit's gonna come get me.
Yes.
I have no idea what Donald Trump was thinking trying to run for president. Did he really think all his fuck shit wasn't gonna come out?
So I go to AA allegedly. But
allegedly, okay? Allegedly.
Yeah, but so and I go in a very affluent. I mean, I'll say the area, but I'm not gonna say like names. It doesn't. I don't even know the guy's name.
Say names.
I don't fucking know the guy's
not for
name.
not for
but I'll say. No, it's not a big deal. I appreciate that you respect the program that much, but
oh shit, it's anonymous.
Yeah, but
you're such a dick.
I don't know the guy. I don't know the guy's name. It doesn't even matter. But I do like to go to meetings in Summit, New Jersey, which is definitely one of the richest areas in Jersey.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure. So there's this one lunatic who's like a former crack addict, blah blah blah, and he was Secret Service for Donnie. And and he said that he was a sociopath, and you know, once you have more than, let's say, $100 million, right? Mm-hmm. You just become weird. I don't care who you are.
To.
And we're talking billions. This guy has billions of dollars.
Right? Well, he has to be
whatever he has. But we briefly spoke about this, about like being a dictator.
Well, he has jets.
I mean, he got a lot of money.
Ice skating rink in Central Park.
He got a lot. So we were talking about like being a dictator, right? Like that has to be crazy. You run a country.
100%.
Being Donald Trump, being anybody who has billions of dollars or just multi-millions.
So you know how he wanted to build
fucking nuts.
You know how he wanted to build the wall and everything.
Like that's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
No one else found that fucking nuts. Like that. Bro, you think in 2023 niggas not gonna figure out a way to get around this fucking wall? Come on,
yo, did they even start?
But here's the thing: there was some trade agreement that he didn't want to like. he didn't want to cut off with Mexico. He wanted to build a wall to cut them off, but he didn't want to break this like trade agreement with like goods. And the only reason why he didn't want to cut that off was because he likes Coca-Cola, red Coca-Cola with the real sugar. That was his reason.
Shout out to Donald Trump. Let's get some class.
I like it.
So
that's what I learned from the Secret Service guy.
Like,
he
what
said he
kind
was
of shit
fucking
is that?
nuts. You know, he had to watch him when he was playing golf and all this shit. It's all theater, man. I don't believe anything I see.
Yeah, I don't think any of it's WWE.
Right.
No, it is WWE, but maybe even better. It may even be better.
Because they got him in court like R. Kelly. This shit, they got my fucking king fighting for his life.
Yo,
It's
man.
crazy.
We're gonna get some claps. I get shout out to Donnie. Good luck, bro.
Yes!
Good luck, bro.
Oh, God.
So, Mike, we've reached the point of the show. It's probably my new favorite part of the show.
Let's hear it.
Is where I make everybody else uncomfortable or yelling at me. It's
I'm not
called Who
going
Has
first.
to Go.
I'm not going
So we're gonna
first.
get some claps going.
not
Who
going.
has to go?
Nope.
Very simple game. Okay.
Oh, I've seen this.
I give you 3 people.
Uh-huh.
You tell me which one of them you're good with just letting them go.
Oh, it's Julius.
The whole career.
Shit.
That's
the fucking question.
You might get asked first. All right, so we're gonna do the Mike edition of Who Has to Go. So, Mike, you are our guest.
Yes.
I have to ask you first.
Okay.
So,
I'm nervous.
who has to go?
Yeah.
Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, Leonardo DiCaprio. Who has to go?
And I gotta be quick, right? I guess that's a part
I
of
mean,
it.
you got to answer. We got to
Okay.
answer.
All right.
Speaking of dictators.
Who
Who has
has
to go? Oof.
Fuck.
I'll repeat you one more time.
That's a really good one.
Robert De Niro,
That's a really good one.
Al Pacino, Leo DiCaprio.
All right. Well, I'm going to take the very unpopular position here, and I'm going to say De Niro has to go.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Out of all the answers, I didn't expect De Niro.
That's heavy.
Whoa!
I know.
Real quickly, did you have any reason why you chose De Niro?
Well,
Real quick.
Yeah, really quick. I know it was a rough decision, but I would say, Scarface, it just, that movie changed my life. And another movie that I really do enjoy is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and I of course,
Underrated.
I love, Taxi Driver, the king of comedy. And, Robert De Niro's easily one of the heaviest weights in the industry. But just the fact that he was like so annoying regarding Trump, and I'm not a Trumpster either. I really don't care. But just that, like, he's such a soft-spoken guy, and then all of a sudden, it just wasn't a good look. It was ugly. I didn't see Al Pacino doing that. Leonardo DiCaprio, of course, you don't see him getting involved. I mean, he has the climate change thing, which is annoying. But the fact that he drives it so hard and yachts, blah blah blah. But yeah, so I don't like hypocritical people. You know what I mean? I just feel like De Niro's character really showed when he just was laying into Trump, and was just calling him like a dirty dog, and just so that's my personal reasoning. It doesn't take away from his body of work.
No.
Okay.
We're friendly on this podcast.
Because the reasons are
sending somebody has to go doesn't mean you don't like them. You just got to pick one.
Not biased.
Big Jew Show. Who has to go?
Oh, this was hard for me. Even with that, big Trumpster. I make America great every day. But Pacino.
I agree. Let's get the clap. Honestly, all right. So actually, I'll let you do your reasoning real quick.
Because
mine was pretty simple.
Yo, I feel like he might be. This is wild. This is a wild fucking. This is obviously a wild podcast though today. He might be somewhat Hove Jace of the acting world.
Don't do that because Ho's my idol.
Here's the thing.
You'll get me upset very quickly.
No, because look.
Scarface, man, fuck. It's a heavy
Reasonable
movie.
doubt. So what I mean by that is Pacino just I crept through the cracks, kid. I got through when nobody was looking. I fucked you with Carlito. I made you believe with any given Sunday. But what the fuck? He's been the same nigga since
difference.
So
And
my
not
point.
that Robert wasn't, but I think Leo. it almost was Leo for me, but I love Leo. It's so hard. He still fucks.
Seven in the background said Leo, and then he's nuts. I think Leo has the most range. I don't know movies like that, but I think Leo has the most range. That's actually why I chose Al Pacino.
Does Leo have the most range?
Out of the three, I mean.
No,
out of the three.
He played a little retarded motherfucking Gilbert Grape.
Pacino played a Cuban.
It really wasn't a great Cuban though.
I chose Pacino because I only know Pacino in one role.
Al Pacino played a Puerto Rican Cuban. How far is that? I don't. He played a Puerto Rican Cuban.
I said De Niro already, but De Niro, he doesn't have beyond. What was that? The bull one? What was it? Raging Bull.
Raging Bull.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
The trifecta of King of Comedy, Raging Bull, and fucking Taxi Driver.
Yeah.
So that's like the trifecta right there. But I mean, we're talking about a rough career the past 10, 20 years.
Fair.
Doing like Bad Grandpa or whatever the fuck.
Oh shit.
Range though. I mean, it's not great range, but range. I've seen Pacino play one role.
That's clunky.
I've seen Pacino play one role.
He's
great. He is the best at the role. There's nobody better at the role, but I've seen him only. That's the only reason I chose him. That's the only reason I chose him. It's just because I've seen him do one role. And granted, you're not wrong about De Niro. The other comedies just have been kind of meh. Actually,
I would say that
love Leo though.
Pacino's a one-trick pony. I would say
That's why I chose him.
but Scarface though.
I know that
that
hurt.
movie.
It hurt my soul.
That movie.
That line, say
We're talking-
little friend.
It's up there.
Boricua.
It's just up there with like Rocky. People go to Miami to go to the CVS
Might
that
be
is
bigger than
now
Rocky.
in that condo's fucking with the chainsaw. Now the leg.
All right.
Wow.
So-
yeah, fuck.
So culturally
Amazing answer.
impact.
Amazing answer.
You gotta answer first next. This is fucking bullshit, bro.
No, you're going. I'll answer last first. Yeah, you're next.
Fuck.
All right. So, Big Juice Show. Who has to go? All the Batman movies, all the Spider-Man movies, or all the Avengers?
Avengers.
Who has to go?
Get the fuck out of here. That fucking Burger King shit with that little fucking cocksucker in a wheelchair. They keep coming up with new superheroes. Hi, I'm fuck bitch. Yo, bro. What?
Wait, really? So
You
no
don't like
second thought.
superhero movies.
Yeah, I would say all three have to go. No, actually, just Avengers and Spider-Man. I don't know anything about Avengers or Spider-Man. I only know Batman because Joker exists. And he
That's the
just
best
he
thing
just-
about
So
Batman.
you
he
know
just
what's
doesn't give a
funny?
fuck.
You know what's funny?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Spider-Man, but I was going to say Batman, but Joker saved Batman for me. Only because I
Yes.
hold Joker, the first Joker movie, to such high regard. I thought it was such a fucking beautiful movie, and even the first Batman movie with the real Batman. I forget his name.
Wait, Michael Keaton?
No, not him. The other one.
Oh, Christian motherfucking Bale.
Christian Bale Batman. So the first Batman with Christian Bale
Classic,
and
though.
Joker, I couldn't. And I like the Avengers. I'm surprised nobody hears Avengers, people. Nobody fucking like the guy with the fucking.
It's not that I don't like it. I fucking hate it. I fucking hate it. I hate superheroes. They're whack. They're stupid.
You ain't had the 5 fucking Elder Ring or whatever the fuck them shits is called.
It took me like 5 watches to get through the last
There go the
Batman.
Infinity Stone.
But that's the thing. These first off, the Avengers, they got Thanos who can't
Thanos, that's my man.
but
That's my man.
they can't win.
Comment.
They
Why?
can't
They
win
win.
and find a way to win. You
They
go
win.
back to the multiverse. You get the fucking motherfucker who can stop time, throw a midget through the shit. He stabbed Thanos to bring back. What the fuck are we doing? The Joker is wilding. He laughing, shooting your bitch in the head, hopping in a taxi.
It's definitely a bad move career-wise to be involved in any action film. And there's a Timothy Chalamet. He's like an actor, and DiCaprio gave him some advice. He said, "Stay away from hard drugs and stay away from superhero movies."
That's
Why?
actually
Because
fucking
here's the
hilarious.
reason why. Obviously, hard drugs, whatever. But the superhero movies, it's like it's not the actor who's famous; it's the fucking superhero, and it's
But what about
it's a career killer.
So to play devil's advocate, what about Robert Downey Jr.?
He's
Iron Man.
He's just Iron Man, and now
Really?
the only
I don't know about that one.
no, he's Iron Man. Everybody
Yes.
knows. Whoa, what?
But
Oh,
is he just
Dr.
Iron Man?
Doolittle fucking.
We gotta go. Mike is gonna get us in trouble.
All right, listen. Listen. The only exceptions. Listen, the only exceptions to the rule, in my opinion, would be Michael Keaton because he killed it in fucking a Tarantino. Jackie Brown. He killed it in the McDonald's fucking movie. You know, it's just which one I'm talking about.
The Founder. Yeah, that was a great fucking movie.
And then the only other actor that I know that successfully is just an A-lister and kills it is Christian Bale.
He's great.
And Christian Bale survived it. 100%.
He didn't just survive; he's a beast.
He actually may have. His career may have been elevated.
You saw
from it,
American
to be honest.
Hustle too. Like that shit was just like fuck.
All right,
He put on the weight. The machinist, he took off the weight.
They got Jack for Batman.
See, that's fucking dedication.
and American Psycho.
I was gonna say
Jesus.
American Psycho. I was gonna mention American Psycho,
Stop.
but that's probably one of my
That's
favorite movies of all time.
I
So
have to-
let's get Christian Bale. Look at some fucking love and respect to goddamn Christian Bale, man.
I can't fuck like him in the mirror, but I masturbate in the mirror. Since American.
Come on, son,
face
get the fuck out of here. All right, so we're gonna go last
Gotta
one.
hit a fucking.
We're gonna do the last one. I'll answer this one first.
Okay.
And we got show love and respect to the ladies for this one. So, who has to go? Angelina Jolie, Scarlett Johansson, or Sandra Bullock? Who has
Let me
to go?
Google. I gotta Google Sandra Bullock first.
So,
No clue.
me personally,
I never heard the name.
me personally, I'm gonna touch you in a second there, Mike. Me personally, Scarlett Johansson can go. Scarlett Johansson can go.
Who's the first one?
Angelina Jolie. I actually think she's one of the GOATs, so she can't go. So it's between her and I like The Blind Side a lot. So Sandra Bullock gotta stay.
Yeah.
Scarlett Johansson gotta
Fuck,
go.
I don't think I know anything Scarlett's been in. I know she
All
fired.
the superhero movies.
Oh, she out.
And that shit where like y'all seen the movie where she's like the god computer, and then at the end she became like the whole room or some shit. Everybody know? Sam, can you look it up for me real quick? The name of that movie
The Matrix, nigga.
Nah, you ain't see it where she was like God apparently, and at the end she turned into like the supercomputer, and then she was like, "Oh, I fucking am the world." And
I think you made that shit up.
Ex Machina. Nah, I don't think it's that one. It's one of them shits. Well, go ahead, fellas. Who would you
out,
choose?
Scarlett.
Oh, you choose Scarlett as
She
well?
out. Yeah, that's easy.
No, Scarlett has a really nice rack. She does.
I guess that's a good reason to keep her.
That's always
And then Angelina Jolie. I've
Lucy, thank you. Lucy was the movie I was talking about. Lucy,
What?
where she turns into the fucking robot person and fucking takes over the whole room. And shit. But go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mike.
when Angelina was Tomb Raider, and I was just coming of age and
Great
able,
movie.
and I was able
Great
to jerk
movie.
off for
In
the
the
first
mirror?
time. I don't know if that's the language.
Come on, what the fucking in the mirror shit with you today, man?
I thought we fucking opened up.
Damn it.
No, when Angelina had that cross as Laura Croft.
Laura Croft. Good movie.
Oh my
Tomb
god!
Raider
And
was a good movie.
she did a got milk fucking thing. I spilled a lot of seed to that fucking
All right,
got milk
Look
with
at
the,
the clock going.
with the milk stain right under her lip. Over her lip.
And she's in Bigwood. Great movie too.
So it would have to be the other one that I haven't heard of.
Sandra Bullock.
Yeah, Sandra
That's
Bullock.
why you haven't heard Sandra Bullock.
the other one I haven't heard.
We will touch that later.
Congeniality.
Okay.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right.
There's some class going again. Mike, what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah.
All right. So to keep things pushing, so we've reached a part of the show. We like, obviously, since you're new to the show. We like to answer fan
Thanks for
questions.
having me again.
Oh, no, thank you for joining
this
us,
is
man.
cool.
This is an amazing episode.
Word.
So we basically like to answer a fan question, whoever condescends and stuff. So again, if you're following us, please send me suggestions, whatever you guys want to speak about on the pod. So the question is, and this is based off, I believe like a New York Times article or whatever, but do you guys feel like 100K is a lot in today's time?
Go, big Jew. Fucking.
Whoever wants to go. Do you feel like having making $100,000 a year is a lot in 2023?
We should ask fucking what's her name? Megan, the who likes Adderall. I'm pretty sure she
God damn it, that
she would say no.
is not. What the fuck does
Yo, shit costs a lot. Shit cost 100,000. I mean, yo, you could definitely have a good life, but it depends what your life is. Yo, if you like Honduras, hookers, and gambling, Papa, you need 250. You know what I'm saying? But let's ask somebody who is well versed.
Yeah, I would just say, yeah, of course it's a lot of money. I think that like if you have your shit together, for the most part, you know, you could get by and live reasonably well on $60K. Now, that's like, you know, if you're not partying and you're living whatever, you don't have like a big ass house, blah blah blah. You know, living within your means. But you know, I think nowadays starting range, like, you know, and $60K is low. I'm not saying it's high. I know 100K, and not like low. You know, but you know what I'm saying. Like in regards to like what's considered rich.
No, I mean I'm gonna agree with you. So, but yeah,
you know. So, like just to keep it baseline, you know, like just to pay bills, blah blah blah. 40K per year, you know, for my bills and all my expenses. So then beyond that, you know, that's 20K just for food and for fucking around and, you know, whatever, you know. So it depends on the individual. Like if you're going out and you want to party and, you know, everything is kind of expensive, but if you don't give a fuck and you're just like not a minimalist, but just don't really care that you know what I mean? Like,
no, I listen, Mike, I agree with you 1,000%. And I think the question came from, I think it was like a New York Times article saying that if you lived in New York City, 100,000 felt like, I think it was like 37,000 or something.
Yeah, New York City.
I mean,
right.
So my point about that article, because a lot of people sent it to me, or a lot of people were posting it, and to me it was like, that's a stupid. Like you're basically saying living in the most expensive part of the country is hard to live in.
In the world.
Yeah.
No, it's the world.
In the world. Yeah.
The world.
Of course. Fucking take that 100,000 to West Virginia, and you're fucking king of Mumbai. Yeah. Okay, like you know, like it's all relative.
You're fucking your sister.
If you
like,
honestly though, like if you're doing the numbers,
that's cool,
bro. Most people in this country
with 100,000,
bro. Most people in this country make like 50K max.
And the average median might be like 37 or something.
I think the median in this country is like 40 something.
Yeah,
maybe close to 50. Like I would say 45. Between 45 and 50 is probably the median in the country. So when I see articles of people talking about like, oh, 100K isn't a lot, 100K isn't a lot. Like, what are we talking about? Like, yeah, sure. If you want to look like Rick Ross, of course it's not a lot. Nigga, the Rick Ross make bajillions. Yes. Like, and I think social media has caused a lot of this just mentality because everyone thinks that everybody's rich. And I always tell the story to people anytime, you know, I have these conversations. You know, back in my younger days, I knew a lot of women that were IG models that were living in fucking 1-floor flats, a 1-bedroom, 1-bath with the fucking bed was on the floor. They even had goddamn stand. You feel me? And like they have 500,000 followers on whatever social media platform you want to name. So it's like 100K is fucking a lot. And now, as Mike said, if you want to fucking go and party and jerk off every night, sure, maybe 100K doesn't work for you. But like any normal goddamn human being,
partying can be considered jerking off too.
Like you know, any normal person, like 100K, you should be fucking fine. You should be more than fine.
Just fucking.
Now, like New York City's a big city too, so if we're talking,
what part of New York?
And of course,
I go to Brooklyn. I think
that's what I'm saying.
100K's high.
Yeah, so that's the
in
thing.
Brooklyn?
That's the thing.
Better than 30.
Manhattan is all they're talking about when they talk about New York City,
true,
which like
100%.
So you know,
yeah, because New York City's always been unlivable. Like you always had to be a Donald Trump to live in New York City.
No, but that's what I
knew.
That's what I learned about New York is that there's a saying that nobody can afford to live in New York.
Yeah,
you know, like that's like a thing. That's a thing.
You fucking rent your shit, then you fucking leave it, and then you go, you know, but you do it for the photos for 2-3 months, then you go bounce around. Like I know a lot of people live in New York that literally on a new apartment every year.
Because rent's going up, and depending on your bracket.
Every year.
And New York City is the most disgusting, now crime-ridden fucking city.
It's New York of the 70s
disgusting. Again? Yeah, of course the 70s are back, man.
my type of New York. That's what I'm saying.
That's yeah. But we don't live there. That's why we don't give a shit. I work there, but you know.
Let's get a loft.
Whatever.
This would be fun. Sev, King, Mike, what are we doing?
A lot of drugs. Let's get some claps going. Thank you again for the question. Again, if you're a fan, make sure you follow us on Instagram, TikTok. I'm probably gonna make it Twitter, but follow us on our social media accounts. If you have a question, we'll answer it. So to wrap up today, Mike, we like to end our shows usually with a good list. Unfortunately, I didn't have the brain power to think of a list today.
Okay.
So, very simple answer. Everybody's favorite movie of all time.
Ooh.
Oh, that's okay.
Your personal favorite movie of all time. You are our guest, Mike.
Fuck.
It's a no-brainer. Pulp Fiction season.
Oh my God!
sorry.
What a
I
great
hate to-
choice.
Yeah.
Oh, what a good choice. Pulp Fiction's so good. I've watched it like 7 times, and every time I watch it, I like it better.
The surfer music, the drug use, the fucking, smoking cigarettes indoors in the diner, and fucking the cheeseburger, the milkshake, the fucking dancing. Exactly.
We're Travolta hitting the
It's
fucking
just
shoulder,
like the
shoulder shimmy.
gangsters, the boxing.
Damn.
It just never ends. It makes me happy every time I watch it.
I love it. That's a great choice. Big Jew?
Yo, Sav, toss me that shirt.
What the fuck? You brought props?
He was coming.
Nigga, you even tell me you
He
were
was
bringing
coming.
props.
What do
What
you
the
mean?
fuck shirt he about to toss you?
I'm not wearing underwear. I didn't
Hey,
tell you that either.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have no idea what's going to happen next. What the fuck movie is this? Oh, you brought the Pulp Fiction shirt. Oh, what are the
shit.
odds? What are the fucking odds?
Did you work out in that? Can I smell it?
But
This episode's going left. Very
my guy.
quickly.
got the same fucking answer.
Pulp Fiction?
Pulp
I mean,
Fiction,
obviously, you
man.
brought the fucking shirt in. I'm going to have to
Wow.
go The Shining.
Oh man,
The Shining is
I
easily...
really respect that.
Is easily my
Absolutely.
favorite movie of all time.
Yeah.
I actually,
That's a great fucking
really
choice.
quick story. I was in college. I took some random ass film class. I needed a credit, and we had to dissect The Shining, and like we had to break down the shots and like everything. I was like, so from that experience, I said, "Oh shit, this might be the greatest movie ever made."
Now, did you watch the documentary?
I did. And it's
I
also
did.
the wildest movie ever made.
Right.
And I don't remember the woman's name, the main character. I don't remember her actual
Shelley
name.
Duvall.
Shelley Duvall. God bless her fucking soul.
Went
Because
nuts.
Kubiak is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
The amount of bullshit he put her through. Granted, the movie is...
But you
10 out of 10.
saw that he was studying subliminal messaging.
Yeah, dude,
Like,
the movie is nuts.
Yeah.
The movie's just
it's
nuts.
so
That's why I love
layered.
it. Because you
All
can
right.
just watch
Damn,
it
that's a
50
great
times
movie.
and still find some weird shit in there. It's like, yeah, what the fuck was that? I didn't even know. Yeah, whatever.
And Jack Nicholson's from Matawan, New Jersey.
Yes.
I did not know. Shout out to
Do it, kid. I'ma
fucking
fuck it up.
Matawan, New Jersey. Yeah, everybody from Jersey. I don't know if y'all noticed this. There's a lot of people. from
Lot of
Jersey.
A lot of stars. A
A lot of
lot.
stars. Amazing. Thank you guys.
Wait,
Mike,
Forrest Gump. I'm sorry, I can't let that slide.
Seb, great
Forrest
choice.
Gump.
Forrest Gump.
Jenny.
Mike,
Who was a hooker?
she was a hooker. Shout out
Oh,
to Jenny.
God.
Let's end it on that. note, kid.
Hold on. Before we go,
Jenny.
Before we go, Mike, I like to do this with guests here. I know personally there are friends that I have that want to be actors. I'm sure there's a lot of people who are going to watch this or watch the clips at least that want to be actors, or want to start their own brand, want to be skateboarders, whatever. One piece of advice you'll give anybody who wants to do any of the shit that you're doing. Just one general piece of advice. If they want to get started in acting, they want to get started in their own brand, if they want to get started in trying to become a pro, what would you give them?
Well, the most important thing, if you're like following whatever your dream is you have to be vulnerable and be willing to be a beginner, and you have to, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. So if you're somebody who wants to settle, and you're willing to take like a check over a dream or whatever, I totally like understand that. But to be honest, I'm not that skilled at anything other than what I do, So,
Word.
I think like with the dream, it just comes down to, you don't really have any other choices after a certain point. And if you do have a plan B or C, then you should do that because, you gotta, because if you burn that out, then you'll say, okay, well, I guess I'll give this, like whatever you want to do least and whatever you think you could do least, that's what you should do. Like whatever scares the most out of you. And then you just talk
Love
to
it.
everybody about it. Cause if you're just in your head, oh, I want to be an actor. And then like, yeah, it'd be nice to be an actor. And one day I'll be an actor. Or like, oh, I want to be a professional skateboarder. And, oh, it'd be nice to do that. No, you got to figure out who has information, and you got to be able to get out of your own head in the sense of like, what you do and who you are isn't as important as the information that other people have about where you want to go. You know, so if you could put like your ego
That's
aside
dope.
and then just like
Just
let
do it.
people help you, that's because the universe doesn't like it fills in a vacuum. So if you have like a vacuum and you're just like if you put yourself aside and you're just like this open vessel of like, oh, I need this, but I don't know how the fuck to get it, and I'm stupid and I'm dumb and I'm small and I don't know what to do, then people kind of not pity you, but they'd be like, you know what? Like I had a friend that did that, and or even with the skateboarding, it started with me teaching, and then I was winning skate competitions while I started teaching, and so it's no job is beneath me, you know. So I think that's what needs to be taken into consideration, even with acting. You know, I still take it serious, whether it's a background role or a principal role. It's all the same shit because you know, at the end of the day, you know, it's what I love, and I love the whole.
It's not a job. It doesn't
experience.
seem like a job. You're
Nothing
going
I
through the
do
fucking,
seems like a job. Yeah, no.
Life.
Right.
You're taking the steps to just fucking
Hopefully that
the
helps.
journey, brother.
That's fucking beautiful, Mike. Thank you very much for that. That was
Trying to be real.
no,
That's
honestly
fucking
though,
dope.
and I mean, I think what you said was perfect. But I'm a huge believer in like mental thoughts. Whenever you want to do something, like you have to convince yourself before you even do it. Like you have to
Mental
tell
thoughts,
your
King.
brain, fucking,
Did you
hey,
fucking say that?
like as you said, whatever the role is, like, hey, I'm gonna be a fucking actor, and I'm gonna go out and do it. And I think the universe helps you get there. But again,
go.
Mike, let's get some
No,
fucking
no. This was the coolest fucking show
class going, man.
I've ever fucking
No,
done.
man, bro.
This is. I know we're not
20
done
years,
yet, but I
20
want to
years.
say this.
No.
This is so great.
We're all done.
Oh my god.
I also got to thank Big Jew for you guys' relationship. We'll talk a little off air because I think we all went to the same high school. But nonetheless,
Yeah.
this is
Fuck, let's
amazing.
do it,
Mike,
bro.
you have been an amazing guest. Thank you for joining us
Thank
today.
you.
On behalf of myself, the Big
Big
Jew
Jew.
Show.
Mocha Mike.
Oh, wait. Sorry. Before we go, where can they find your work and where can they follow you?
They can find my work and follow me at Mocha Skate Co on Instagram, and that's my main thing. So you know, I'm very active every day on that, and that's really all you need to know.
Let's
Thank
do
you.
it.
Hey, man. Again, thank you so much, Mike. We appreciate you. Another episode, No Free Game Podcast. That's all we got.
No free game.